Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw Tips and Tricks. In this video tonight, it's not going to be about too much about Corel Draw as far as how to put this clock together. I just posted this clock on Epilogue's Facebook page. It's called Epilogue's Laser Fans page. It's a little bit difficult to make this clock for a couple reasons. Most of the time, the clock is going to hang off a hanger that is attached to the battery operated mechanism, but because of the center of the clock is the hands are going to be right here and the hanger would be right here, you've got this much extra wood hanging off, so it's going to lean to the side. So I had to come up with a hanger, and it's just glued in on some 1/2-inch dowels, and I've actually got 2 layers. I forgot when I was recreating the file, the back layer just has a swoop to it, and so it won't get in the way of the nail. And this keeps it off, it has to be this far off. It's about 1 inch. So it has to be this far off so the battery, and then there's also a little peg with a rubber foot on it, placed in a certain spot so it would stay even. I had to hang it on the wall and just kind of put that till it stayed even. But as you can see, there's 2 layers of MDF. The MDF is cut a little bit short. It was contoured in both on the hole, the thumb hole for the artist type pallet, I guess you'd call this. But I posted this file. So you need 2 pieces of 1/4-inch MDF glued together. The dowels are actually going to help you glue these 3 things together. I have another video that shows how you can use this dowel hole right here, and you need to get I use a brass tubing off a pin, but it's a round object, so as long as it's in the center, it doesn't matter. But these 2 pieces need to match up, so these 2 holes are going to match up with you and help you align it up. And then you could use clamps. I use weights, and I just put down some wax paper and I just put all kinds of weights on it. So you need 2 pieces of that, and then you need 1 piece of 1/4-inch birch plywood. And my suggestion would be to engrave it first and then cut it. This has no hairlines in it. And then the laser will actually mark your spots to put your paint splatters. Now you might want to go to the internet and get some better paint splatters. I found one, and then I found it was a little bit too thin. I've kind of redrawn these so they won't fall apart. And I used masonite. It cuts good and it paints really good. So what I would do is cut these out, lay them down on some wax paper, and prime them all. The priming paint will seal it with your other colors. And I would, if I was going, this is about the 5th one I've done. I would cut like 12 of these out or 10 of these out and prime them all, and then paint, 2 of a color, and just put them wherever you want. This clock I actually used, I took out one. This one I used just 4 colors, I doubled it up. With this one I had a dark blue because some of the paint just didn't work. I tried an orange or a yellow, and it just didn't work out. So I had to recut some more and make them. So my suggestion would be to cut out extra and prime them all, and then, take 2 to the side and paint them, take the other 2 and paint them, and put a couple of coats on them, let them dry really good. And then when you're completely through with the clock, I would put the back on, glue the front on, put the back on, your dowels are already going to be sticking out. And this is a little tricky thing. Make sure when you're gluing it on that your dowels are sticking out the right direction. Because if you glue it sticking out the other direction, you won't be able to glue your face on. So if I was going to do it, I'd lay down the face, put your MDF on top of it, and then move the face out of the way and glue your MDF together with the dowel sticking outward. And I might repost the file with this, but anybody could draw that. And your dowels aren't going to be the same size. So in my drawing, you've got two pieces that the dowels need to match up. And I'll just show you here. We'll zoom in here. And I can't believe I got it dead on. Well, I didn't take my holes with me. I had it broken apart. So let's put that back and let's group all this together. Control G on your keyboard. And then just take this over and just see they match up. So when you're doing it, take a scrap piece of MDF or a scrap piece of plywood and recut these holes. You know, just take them to the side, make another hole, and then just replace these. And if you do it this way, if you would take it, and I just grouped this together, if you would ungroup it, then you can grab these holes. You'd actually have to ungroup the holes. In my holes, it was a 1/2 inch dowel and I used 0.47. It was a little bit tight, but it really works well because it really lines things up. So let's say your dowel hole is 0.5. Hit that, and it moved it out. Let's go back and just watch it. It moved it out in the center, so your dowel on this and on your MDF are going to be the same. Anyway, hope that helped a little bit, and thank you for watching.